Hello, my name is Jacob Dacus. As my last name begins with the letter D, I will be reporting on a topic from Module 10. Module 10 goes over Chapter 10, which is under Section 3, entitled Changing Attitudes and Behaviors. Chapter 10 is specifically titled Emotional Message Appeals regarding fear and guilt. An idea I would like to discuss from Chapter 10 is the principle of the illusion of invulnerability or unrealistic optimism. Simply put, the illusion of invulnerability is the belief that one is less likely to experience negative life events than others. There are three reasons that people harbor illusions, or delusions rather, of invulnerability. The first reason is that people do not want to admit that life's common misfortunes can happen to them. The second reason is that people maintain a specific stereotyped image of the typical victim of negative events and do not believe that they fit that image themselves. The third reason is that people enjoy risky behavior and decide to offload the risk of those behaviors because they find them pleasurable. I find that people succumb to this mentality in many things in daily life, the littlest things from driving with flip-flops to speeding to drinking while intoxicated. There are many things in life that people don't consider their risk and feel that they are not vulnerable to and any uncomfortable outcomes that might befall upon them. I think the most common occurrence of people experiencing the illusion of invulnerability is when it comes to unprotected sex. There's a common saying, when you sleep with one person, you sleep with everyone that they've slept with, and everyone that they've slept with, and so on and so on. If you have unprotected sex with one person, and that person has it with two people, and those two people have also done it with two more people, then those two people have done it with two more people, by that logic, you've just had sex with 15 people. Now, this saying has been around for ages, and for the most part, it's true. STDs and STIs are incredibly easy to transmit between people, and they do not discriminate between sexual partners. It's also a well-known fact that even here in San Antonio, STDs and STIs are on the rise and have shown an incredible increase in the last few years. Even with all of this common knowledge, people still engage in unprotected sex. Why? A common answer is the day-old thought that no, this can't happen to me. People always brush off the embarrassing thought of STIs and STDs as that won't happen to them. That and the congruent thought that they don't fit the mold of people who contract STDs and STIs. Usually these people are considered to be dirty and gross, unclean. Obviously most people don't consider themselves to be dirty, gross, or unclean, but this misfortune can befall upon anyone who engages in sexual intercourse, even if it's not unprotected. I don't think many people engage in unprotected sex because it's risky and they enjoy the risk, but who knows? Some people could see a thrill in that. I think a good example of risky behavior that individuals partake in are thrill-seeking activities. Skydiving, tight-roping, spelunking, racing, and the like are good examples of very risky activities that people often partake in despite the fact that they could be life-threatening. These people tend to like the rush and excitement they get whenever they engage in these activities, and usually these people understand the inherent risk of the activities but decide to do it anyways. In conclusion, there is so much we can do to educate ourselves about understanding the risk and making appropriate accommodations and alterations to our behaviors and actions to be safe. It is important to understand that oftentimes we don't even realize we exclude ourselves from the scope of possible negative outcomes. We don't even realize that we have a preconceived notion of what kind of person befalls tragedies and life's misfortunes. But so what? Why does any of this matter? When people we run into try to make persuasive comments, we have to see if they are harboring any biases or just illusions. It is imperative to understand that people will try to get us to do something they want us to do, and many times they will try to convince us by relieving our fears and apprehensions. If those stem from fear or risk, then the person convincing us will do so by saying, that won't happen to you, or you're not that kind of person, or the risk is definitely worth it. But what can I challenge you here? I can challenge you to break the illusion, understand what the risks are, and make smart, responsible, educated decisions.